Hello, welcome to another game. These are a series of draft games from Games of Berkeley from the September, I think we had a September tournament here. So I have with me a co-commentator tonight, or today, whatever it might be. Name of Jorge. Hello, Jorge.
It's night. Yes, hi, this is Jorge.
So this is Jorge. Jorge is a friend that lives in Berkeley, or a little bit north of Berkeley, I guess, technically. But he's play a lot of games with Jorge, and he is interested in Netrunner. He doesn't play a lot of Netrunner. He owns Netrunner, I think, right?
I actually own the core set.
Okay.
For some goddamn reason.
Because you like buying games. And
well, it's supposed to stand alone, so I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna get it. But I've never been able to actually get to play with somebody who like my core set. I've played with you like once, and I played on. Well, anyways, the game's starting, so. Yeah,
so we're gonna co-commentate this game, and I'm gonna try to be like explaining some of the cards to Jorge. He doesn't know a lot of the cards, especially in the draft set. So I'm going to be explaining these to him, and I hope that'll make a cool commentary. And we'll also just be discussing what's going on in the game.
I at least recognize Brian here on the right.
That is me.
He's got his special Brian coins.
I do have the Brian coins, and I have the shirt that I like a lot from Frog Fractions. All right, so I am playing here as runner, and as Corp we have Elliot. So Elliot just played down Paywall Implementation. This is a current.
Okay.
So currents stay out and play until you score an agenda for the most part. And this one is extremely annoying because it's going to give the Corp a credit every time I make a successful run.
Which starts now, right? Because you just.
So I just.
Oh, he rezzed his something.
Yeah. So he rezzed. I think it just doesn't end the run subroutine.
Okay.
But that is a Grail Ice, so those will come into play a little bit later. So what just happened there is I put down Imp. So this is moving a little quick, but let's see if we can keep up. So I put down Imp. Imp is a virus that gets 2 virus tokens when you install it, and when you access a card, you can trash it with the Imp token instead of paying a cost. And it also trashes any card. So I just trashed Ice there. I just trashed Pup, as you see on the bottom of the screen. Even though you cannot usually trash that, I trashed it using Imp. So that was good.
And you managed to get him $2 because it looks like you.
I did make a successful run.
You made a successful run, and then he plays Hedge Fund.
Yep. So he gets a big influx of money here.
Gets his 9 for 5.
And I didn't quite catch what else he did on his turn. He might have drawn a card.
Yeah, the fact that he doesn't have a click tracker is weird.
So I hit a snare.
So he hit a snare, and he immediately pays to kill most of you.
Yeah. Well, he has the money, and snares. Like you usually play against that in normal play. Like you're like, oh, I could hit a snare. I'm playing Jinteki, but it's really interesting in draft because you just never know if you're gonna hit a snare. And yeah, so I pick up a tag and take some damage.
Why are you? What's the point of running here right now? You're just trying to see if he's got agendas in his hand.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, oh my god, I hit another snare.
That was like, why would you do that?
Because I had the cards to make sure I didn't die. And what are the chances he has 2 snares, right?
Well, no, I just meant like, why wouldn't you just mine his, mine the top? You have the Imp, you can start mining his.
Well,
deck
I can't get it into R&D because R&D has, I think that's Merlin on R&D, which is a barrier that has an end the run. So I can't get into R&D, and I have an opening on HQ, and whenever you have an opening, you really want to take advantage of it, yeah. And so I'm like, I also have Imp, so if I take an Ice or something like that, that was just really interesting what happened. If I get an Ice or whatever, I could trash it with Imp.
Okay, so it looks like he played an operation.
So this one here, yeah, green level clearance, he plays it for a credit, he gets 3 credits, and then he gets to draw a card.
And then he drew 2 cards with the rest of his cards.
Yeah, so green level just gives you a little bit of boost to your economy and like moves you ahead in the game. He did draw an agenda though. I saw an accelerated beta test, so pulling the accelerated beta test now could really turn this game around.
You pulled 2. You pulled 3 cards in a run. Because what are the chances that there are 3 snares, right? That's what you're saying?
Ooh, okay.
What are the chances?
No, I was saying that a lot in this game. I was saying, what are the chances there's 3 snares?
You're still tagged. You're just going to sit on those tags?
I'm just going to sit on those tags, yeah.
Evan, this is draft.
But so I just killed another.
Make it, son.
I just killed another Merlin, and so these Grail Ice are really interesting. These Ice that are currently face up on the screen. When you encounter a Grail Ice, you can reveal 2 other Grail Ice in hand, and you put the subroutines on the cards in hand onto the ice. So if you hold Grail Ice in hand, you could add subroutines to existing ice you already have out. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Why did you just take 3 bad publicity?
He's just tracking his clicks.
Okay.
I wish he just took 3. So he ices up HQ. So the interesting about Grail Ice is, like, they could have subroutines that you wouldn't expect on the ice type, so that is a barrier right now, a barrier with 1 and the run. But he could have a Grail Ice, he could have a Sentry or a Code Gate, which might do net damage, or it might trash a program. So that's something I have to be watch out for.
Right, because the Grail Ice lets you show other routines from, right.
This and 2 snares in my opening hand, I'm like...
Okay, now you guys are just talking.
So I basically
arguing about stuff.
Yeah, we're arguing about
You got money.
Yeah, so
you just run on that thing that he posted out there because
that will happen. But so my turn there was I took a credit, sure gamble, and then I cleared my 2 tags. So you're asking about those tags. Those tags are gone.
Yeah. Okay.
So
now. Okay.
So basically, that's a mental health clinic that he installed.
Just drew again.
The mental health clinic is going to give him a credit every turn.
Great.
It also helps me in that it increases my hand size by 1, but I don't really care about that. I'd rather have him not have that money.
How much does it cost to trash?
It costs 3 to trash.
So why didn't you just trash it? You had 3 bucks.
Well, now is the first time I could really do that. Last turn I was just building my economy and clearing tags. Okay, so this is kind of
a big ice.
This is kind of horrible. Yeah, this is a Tsurugi, a 6 to res.
This is the sword one that stabs you, right?
Yeah, so it does a lot of stabbing. So basically, it has 4 subroutines. The first one is...
And you're dead.
End the run. No. The first one is end the run unless the Corp pays a credit.
Okay.
So he paid a credit, which makes the other 3 trigger, which are all do a net damage.
Oh, I see. So you just tossed all your cards. I thought 4 of them were tossed cards.
No.
And he just kept his something.
Yeah, that was weird. I think I just accessed Melange and I didn't trash it. Yeah, I think that was just a mistake.
Oh, no, I think it's because you didn't have the money to trash it.
No.
Is Melange free to trash?
Melange is 1 to trash.
Oh.
That was a misplay.
That was just a misplay.
Yeah, that was. There's no reason for me not to trash Melange there.
Okay.
But I mean, I'm being really aggressive here, trying to get an agenda. Yeah, he's saying you wanted to trash that, and I did, but I just kind of screwed up. No, I didn't play that.
And he wants to look at your discard because...
Yeah, I think he thought that I played out a card that I did.
Oh, I see. So he wants to make sure you don't have a card because it's down there.
Yeah, I think it was just net damage or something. But yeah, I'm trying to get every access I can right now because this paywall implementation is super bad for me. Then now we're talking about the Melange that I should have
trashed. See. So what you're saying, what you want to do is you want to find an agenda as soon as possible.
Yes, because also I know that my deck doesn't have any currents because I didn't draft any currents that I really wanted to have in my deck. So
but paradoxically, that means that you're just giving him credits.
It does. I mean, he does have an agenda in hand. So if I could get in there again,
yeah.
So that's looking like an agenda to me.
It would look like that. It could be his 3rd snare. You don't know.
It could be. And he has me at a good point here. This is a good scoring window because I had 1 card. I had 2 credits.
1 card, 2 credits.
And so there's not a lot I could do. I'm taking just running on that ice. I'm taking a big risk because worst case that ice can just do 3 net damage to me. So I'd have to have at least 3 cards before I run into that ice.
But you don't have the
I don't have a breaker.
Worst case, you've gotten it down to. The worst card possible can do 3 net damage?
For the most part, yeah. There are some exceptions, but for the most part, the number's 3.
Got it.
So I spent 2 clicks to draw, and I could run here, and I think I'm trying to decide. But
I think you get 2 money instead and move on.
Yeah, because it just wasn't...
You can't, even if you... I bet you, yeah, he's... Okay, so
there's that
to be a resource.
There's that Melange that I should have trashed. And basically, he spends his turn doing some moon rock mining and gets 7 credits.
Yeah, you're boned.
Yeah, so I'm running here and hoping.
Why aren't you destroying the fucking this thing?
That's his ID.
The thing behind. Oh, his ID's behind Tsurugi.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah. Okay, so
he's
that right there.
He's put his 3rd Merlin behind.
Yeah, so he had a 3rd Merlin, and it ended the run. But first, he revealed a card from his hand. He revealed the Code Gate, which is I can't remember what it's called. Anyway, it does 2 net damage.
Yeah.
So he just did 2 net damage and ended the run, and he could use Melange again. But the good thing is the card that I have is Atman. So this card in hand is an AI breaker. When you pay 3 to install it, and when you install it, you pay X credits, and that's the strength.
So
of
what you're
Atman.
telling me is that instead of continuously giving him money, and spending all your resources on dumping a bunch of cards in your discard, you're going to install a program?
I'm going to try that, yeah. A little change
Are
of
you
pace.
sure that's not a crazy idea?
Well, what I'm doing now does not seem to be working for me.
No. I mean, I could... Yeah, right. You didn't have any programs!
All right, so what I played here is Inject.
Okay.
Inject, you play it for a credit, and you draw 4 cards, reveal them.
Sure.
If there's any programs, you trash the programs, and you get a credit for each program trashed.
Okay.
Otherwise, the cards go in hand. So that right there's no programs.
You just drew a bunch of...
I literally drew all econ. That's 4 econ cards, which is great.
That's exactly what you need.
I need econ, especially with him having Melange here.
And the fact that he has no agendas in hand, I think.
He does.
He must now. He must now, because he started with nothing.
Well, yeah, he started with nothing. I saw an accelerated beta test in there. So I do discard. So that's a Ti-maf. Ti-maf is a resource that you could click to get 2 credits. You can only use it once per turn.
Okay.
And also, if it's ever trashed, you take 3 meat damage. Because the Mafia doesn't like when their resources get trashed.
So you were just like, let's just remove this from killing me.
Yeah,
Got it.
that's only active if it's installed. So, but I do have another Ti-maf in hand. It is a good economy card, and I'm going to play it out. But, oh, this does not look good. Okay. What? So this right here is setup. He's getting ready. He installed a remote. I just got a bunch of money.
Yeah, you just did like
That's
what's
basically
the Hedge Fund called?
Well,
it's like
sure gamble, but
Gamble.
that's called Lucky Find. So that's
okay.
kind of a souped up Lucky Find or souped up hedge fund.
Sure
gamble. Yeah, we've eventually got
installed.
it. Okay, so that is
installed another virus.
That's an
on this thing
Atman.
again, not the big giant trap over there.
No,
Come on, it's such a trap.
I'm not going into the trap. So basically, I'm running in with the Atman.
Okay, and you're able to break his Merlin.
Yes.
Cheaply and destroy
because
his...
Atman can only break ice that's at the strength of Atman.
And destroy, of course, the thing you should have destroyed a long time ago.
Yeah, that I should have destroyed. That was the misplay of the game, I think.
Yeah, it looks like it. Well, now that you have Atman, you can start running on his...
So I could get into R&D.
You can get on R&D like all day.
Yeah, and if I could just get a little bit of economy to drive that, that'll be a good strategy until he stops me.
Until he decides that that's a bad play.
Until he decides...
he's getting $1 every time you do that.
Yeah.
What's the... Too bad the camera doesn't capture the resource he raised up there.
Oh, I think that's another mental health clinic.
Oh.
Yeah, that'd be my guess. I think that's just more drip econ.
Got it.
I'm pretty sure that's
what's
going on.
More 1 credit per turn?
It's more like he's just getting a credit for everything here.
The hell? Why is he putting a credit on top of his R&D now?
He knows that I'm going to go into R&D, and he knows when he go into R&D, he's getting his paywall implementation money.
So he's just putting it on there.
He's putting it there. Well, I don't, not to be a dick, but just to. I think when I see players do that, they're mostly doing that to remind themselves.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you just played.
I played a Ti-maf. That's the one I was talking about.
Oh right, the thing where if it ever gets tracked. So don't take a tag, my friend.
Yes, exactly. And that's kind of why I cleared tags earlier, is I know that I have a lot of resources in my deck that I need. So he's revealing, he just revealed another Grail, so that has 2 subroutines, and I broke both of them with my money.
Awesome.
I see a Roto Turret, which I can't do anything about. That's an ice that trashes programs.
So
and
you know that's coming.
I know that's coming, and that's a really hard counter to my setup right now. Because
he's gonna be like, "Hey, Roto Turret,
yeah,
I know where to put this thing. If directly in front of R&D."
Oh, sure. If he does that, I can't run R&D until I have a solution. But it looks like he might be.
He's trying to score points.
Yeah, he's trying to score points. So this certainly looks like an agenda to me. Although I said that before.
And it looks like he's probably got ice that he thinks
this is a really interesting play coming up.
About.
So check this out. I know that I can't get in that server. I have no money.
No money.
And I don't have icebreakers, really, right?
Right. All you've got is that one AI breaker that does nothing against most things
it's
in the
only
game.
1 strength. So I play Queen's Gambit. This is a double, so it costs me 2 clicks, no credits. What I do is I put 3 advancement tokens on a card that is face down. So he's putting it on that card that he advanced. And I get 6 credits for doing that. And I cannot access that card this turn.
Why would you do that?
Well, that's a good question.
It's a card that has to be advanced, right?
Well, it's a face down card. It doesn't necessarily.
So why didn't you just put it on the ice?
Sorry, it has to be inside a server, so it can't be ice. Yeah. So
it's literally only that card because you couldn't put it on any of the. Okay, you found.
Yeah,
some
that was
ice.
my only target for Queen's Gambit.
You found some more ice there.
So what I basically did is I gave him
the game.
Well,
no, I'm kidding. You gave him some points.
I gave him. Well, I sped up his. Like he would have had to spend his turn advancing that. So that I'll tell you what that is in a second. He would have had to spend his turn advancing that, which would have cost him 3 credits and 3 clicks. And I wish he would have had to spend those resources. But at the time, I just felt like I had an opportunity to really get a boost to econ, and I needed that. So that was a decision I made. I don't know if that was a smart decision. But he scored, I think it's called Utopia, Eden Shard.
Okay.
Eden Shard is a 5-3, so he has 3 points.
All right.
In draft, you score 6 points to win, so he's halfway to winning.
Yeah, all he needs to do is put another one of those behind his big stupid ice. That's Roto Turret.
That's probably yeah. That's a great call, and hopefully I'll remember that I saw Roto Turret. But yeah, that's probably Roto Turret. So basically, the first time he installs an ice each turn, he installs it for free. So usually you pay to install. So that's what that Eden Shard does.
Got it.
Yeah,
that's a great Eden Shard.
It's a good thing for him to have right now because he's definitely gonna want to be building up his servers a little bit more, and just doing that for free is a good option. Wow. Okay, so I'm gonna sure gamble.
Sure gamble. Okay, great. Get some money.
Definitely need some icebreakers down before I run on R&D though.
Right. Okay, so you're getting some more money from the
Ti-maf.
From the Mafia. The Ti-maf. Got it. Okay, now I get it.
And okay, so I put Aesop's down.
Okay.
Aesop's is
it's the
I
one
could
that
sell.
sells,
Yeah, I could sell.
You sell your program,
installed card, any installed
card,
except for Aesop's. For 3 credits.
So like you can't have 2 Aesops and sell each other.
You can't have 2 Aesops installed because they're unique.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, but yeah, Aesop's can't sell himself. But I don't.
It's Aesop. It's the man is Aesop. It's after.
You're just saying I'm saying it wrong.
Yeah.
Okay.
Aesop.
Aesop. I'll try and say Aesop now to make you happy. But anyway, so my target right now is I could use that on Imp. Imp has no more counters. Imp is just taking up memory space, so I will sell it at the start of my next turn to give me more money. So I have a lot of money now. I just don't have breakers, which is sort of a problem.
It's sort of a problem because he has stopped you. He doesn't. Okay, so he doesn't think he has any ice in his hand. Or that you have any way of getting past.
Or agendas in his hand.
You don't think he doesn't think you have any way of getting past that big sword thing.
Yeah, the Tsurugi, and I don't right now. I mean, that's a good call.
And you're just drawing and he's just installing ice in front of his servers because you can't get past those.
Yeah.
And he's fishing for his agenda, which he's going to install as soon as he gets it.
Yeah, and I think he's looking for a 5-3. He does have an accelerated beta test out, which is only 2 points. But I think he's just kind of waiting for 5-3 so he could just win the game.
And you're just okay. So you just hawked your, you just pawned off your virus.
The Imp, it had no more use anymore, basically.
Yeah.
So I got a Battering Ram, which is good. That helps against barriers.
And he's got to remind himself what the hell he did a second ago.
And I got a Code Gate Breaker, but I don't have a Sentry Breaker yet. And that's really my problem here on HQ.
Because Roto Turret has that Sentry.
Yeah, Roto Turret is a Sentry, so I need it for Roto Turret, and I also need it for Tsurugi there, the sword, to break it.
Okay.
So,
So you were just looking... Oh, did you find your Sentry? In your discard there?
Oh, I didn't actually see it. It may be in my discard.
No, you were just shifting to your discard.
Yeah. It may have been in there. I couldn't tell. I know one of my Sentry Breakers, and I had a few, is Garrote. So Garrote is 7 to install, takes up 2 memory, but it's 2 strength and breaks subroutine for 1 and can raise strength for 1. So if I could find Garrote now,
that's pretty solid.
Yeah. Okay.
So you're gonna lose.
Yeah.
That's what this said.
Well,
no, he's still got to spend like 2 turns, 2 whole turns.
If that is a 5-3, he has to spend 2 turns advancing it.
You're on a 2-turn clock.
Oh, I just drew something great. So I just drew Mimic. I don't know what I'm looking for in my hand or in my heap there, but I just drew Mimic, which is a Sentry Breaker.
Okay.
And Sentry Breaker is about the best thing I could ask for when it comes to
Tsurugi. You need a Sentry Breaker right now.
Yeah,
you drew the thing you need.
I drew what I needed.
And you play it.
And I knew it was in the deck, so I was drawing for it. Right. So now I could Roto Turret. I could get through for a couple credits. I could get through.
Instead, you're going straight for his hand.
I'm going for his
hand. What? He's not trying to win with his hand.
I'm just sensing that there's not an agenda down in that remote.
Okay. So you found some of his ice.
Yeah, I found another Grail. So that's my guess. Is that I feel like he's trying to bait me down into that server. Maybe it's a trap. I don't know. It just doesn't I think that
you put 4 ice in front of it.
It's not match point. Like if he scores this, he doesn't win.
Yeah, he does because he's got 3 points.
Yeah, but see, okay, so it is the 5-3. He doesn't win because he needs 3 points to win, and the only agendas that have 3 points on them are 5-3, so he needs to advance it 5 times. So he couldn't win in this turn, is what I was saying.
Oh, I see. So
now
you were gonna wait. You're gonna just mine his hand for a second because
I was
okay,
just, for whatever reason, I was thinking that's probably not an agenda. I mean, in hindsight, I probably should have ran down that server.
So you're giving him one more turn to do some nonsense, which apparently is cash out his money for
He's just making change. So that turn, he advanced the agenda twice, and he installed ice on R&D. But R&D is basic. So now, it's glory run time. Like, I need to get into that run.
You need to go into that big, and I think you... Okay, so...
Okay, so
you put down 2 cards.
Yeah, so now
to help you.
Now this is what I need. So the red one is Zool. That is a code gate breaker.
All right.
It's really low strength, but it could break code gates. And this the dog here.
Yeah.
With the power counters on it. That's a barrier breaker. So now I could break any ice.
All right.
But
let's hope you're right.
So I only have 6 credits though.
So you don't have enough money to break all ice. You just have, well, okay, you got a little bit more money.
And here we go.
So you got one more money off of your...
No, I used Ti-maf, so give me a couple of credits. And now I'm running in. I'm just going to, hopefully I can get through. Okay.
And he's going to grail the shit out of you.
This is RSVP. This is a 4th strength code gate. It has a subroutine, which is the runner cannot spend credits for the remainder of the run. So basically, I need to break that.
You need to break that.
And I could do it, but it's super expensive. So Zool to get the strength costs 3 credits, right? 1 to 4, and then 1 to break. So that is 4 credits. That's half my money to
half
break
your money
the
to
first ice.
To make sure that you can use the other half.
So I could spend my money, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I needed to do that.
That was a smart play. That was a smart thing to put in front of his
Yeah, no, ice. And he got that.
That's the right ice to put all the way in front.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that was a really good one. Just really expensive for me to get through. And he's just deciding if he wants to res. I think he just probably reses everything here because he has...
Yeah, there's no reason not to.
He has a lot of money.
He's sitting on $21? No, $17.
It's a little hard to tell.
No, it looks like it's $18.
Yeah,
so he's
18 would be my
through
guess.
his ice to make sure that he knows what he's resing.
Yeah.
And Brian's doing that thing he does where he swaps his cards back and forth.
Well, yeah, you get in the habit of doing that for whatever, because you want to shuffle your hands a lot so they're not tracking your cards. But yeah. So now the next res, he's gonna res it. Just res it,
dude. Just res it. Fucking res it already, okay? Come on. There you go.
There we go. So
not that hard.
That's Bastion. So Bastion I could break cheap. It cost me a credit and a power counter.
Oh, done. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Next.
So that one was reasonably cheap. Just that the dog makes that pretty cheap.
The dog makes that doable.
And
it's a Merlin! He had 4 Merlins.
I guess
what a dick.
He drafted Grail. And so he's going to reveal 2 ice here, I'm sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, 5th Merlin. Look at that.
That might have been another Merlin, yeah.
There was another Merlin. I saw the art.
Probably like a trash program or something. So I can break it. I need to spend 3 credits to get through everything. I think one of them was probably do 2 net damage. So I could take the net damage and save a credit.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm probably going to do here is I'm going to spend 2 credits to break the end runs. And then take 2 net damage and then just hope that I could somehow break...
Has 1 credit.
Yeah, that I could break the last thing for 1 credit, which is possible, right?
Okay. Well, it's also... Oh, hey. Power counter. Boom.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah,
you take the power counter, you take the net damage, and you still have your money.
I still have my money, and
he reses it anyways.
He reses Toll Booth.
What a prick! Oh wait, you just have enough money.
No.
Toll Booth.
Toll Booth. When I encounter it, first of all,
it takes your money first.
It takes 3. Yeah.
I thought. Well, no, because it takes 3, and we'll end the run, and then you lose. Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't have nearly enough. Toll Booth is just one of the more taxing ice in the game, so I just did not have enough.
Yeah, because you needed to break its subroutines, but it stole your money.
It would have cost me just to break it, ignoring the fact that it steals my money. It would have cost me 5 credits. Because it's a 5 strength, so to get Zool to strength would cost 4 and 1 to break, and then it takes 3 credits. And yeah, there was a slight misplay there. In that situation, I could actually spend a credit before encountering Toll Booth, just doing nothing, just pumping one of my breakers.
You know what you should have done is you should have spent a credit to ASIPs something that you didn't need at the time, like your you still you already took the net damage, so you couldn't sell off the...
No, Aesop's is only start a turn, so I would have had to do that start turn, and I don't think I had a target.
No, you didn't have a target because it would have wiped your... It would have killed you.
Yeah, it would have done... Yeah,
the only thing you could have killed was the Mafia, and they would have just killed you.
All right, so let's stop the recording here, and then we'll pick it up on the second game, which is getting started right now. So we'll have that one soon. Thanks for watching.
Okay.